Come on up. This is our beginner, producer, performer, artist first from originally Memphis and now hailing here in Los Angeles. Let's give it a break! What's up? How y'all doing? Whoa. I want to thank Chris for having me this evening. I'm not sure where he is, but I think we're all been brought together by Chris, and he's a phenomenal human being. He's not a better person, I think, I've met in LA. So I just want to give a little shout out before we get started. I got some songs and some things I'm practicing set for New Orleans. When I go down there, I'm sure to do this kind of early on, a bit of a rough draft. So y'all down to test it with me? But I have all the questions, and I have some songs and some melodies and some poems and a few lyrics that are from my imagination. Things that I think about. It's a little weird. But I think if we can all get ourselves in the performance mindset, we can do a few things together tonight and try to get free. We can define that however we want to define it. I don't know, maybe getting free is letting a little gas out. Maybe it's reaching over to your neighbor and hugging a friend. I don't know, here we go. And the first one up is a poem called Dare to Dream, written by a good friend and poet of mine called Genesis B. All right, dare to dream, dare to dream. A million voices of doubt are piled upon my own. But who am I who dares to dream? Who am I to believe that things could be different from me, that I deserve better, that my people deserve better? A million voices of doubt suffocate me when I come up for air to breathe the breath of release. When I try to leave the heaviness of monotony and the quicksand of conformity. But who am I who dares to dream? When my own history books teach me more about my limitations and my trauma than my potential in life. The audacity to dream comes to us all at different points in our journey, either in waves of fury or gently like a pleading child. Who am I who dares to dream? And who am I who dares to dream? Who am I who dares to dream? But who am I who dares to dream? Who are you? But who am I who dares to dream? What is your dream? But who am I who dares to dream? What dream brought you to LA? Hold on. If we follow the yellow brick road of our imaginations, no matter how heady things get, sometimes it can take us out of mental recession. The yellow brick road of our imagination can take us out of emotional oppression. It can sometimes take us out of the bondage from our past. So we're about to get heavy. Might want to grab a neighbor or some tissues because it's about to get a little deep. And I see a window open here. I see a window open here. When the soul is weak, but finally we can speak. Because the window's opening. Cause how are we to feel? The things we feel are real. The things that are inside. The emotions that we hide. If we look left, look right, to a bleeding paradise. To the bottom of the bottom, to the top of all the problems. But if you pray for me, and I pray for you too, and you heal, and I heal, we're better pattern too. Black girl. Ain't like boys, and all the other boys and girls here. Close your eyes. Think about that young kid in your life, that child inside you that was abandoned, that was shamed, that was led astray, that was molested. Hey, I said who's getting heavy? That was hurt. Take that young person by the hand. Let them know that they can still play, they can still cry. Right? They can still swing, they can still make mud pies in the spring. Their pigtails still shine. But most importantly, they can still fly. They can still fly. Oh, like the hummingbird. I see a hummingbird in an orange tree. I wish I could be there free.
I'm going down to the river to lay my burden down.
Lay them down. I wasn't gonna let you be heavy and not give you something after that. So lay your burdens down. Lay your burdens down. Lay your burdens down. Lay your burdens down. If they're heavy, lay your burdens down. Lay them down like edges. Cut them off like hedges. Step on them in wedges. Knock them out straight like cashes. But lay your burdens down. Lay your burdens down. If they're burdens down, if they're heavy, but lay your burdens down. Lay your burdens down. Yeah. It's a little Marshall in that Christian church. You're growing up in Baptist church. This is the intro. I guess a few questions. So, now that we've gone through our whole therapeutic moment, if you're not feeling courageous, if you ever feel like you don't have the confidence, think about this poem. It don't rhyme. What do you think? I think that I am brave as King David. I am not timid. I am not afraid. I stand like a lion. I growl in the face of danger. I am not afraid. I stand up. I assert myself. I stand tall in the midst of kings. I hold my head in the presence of great princesses. I am honorable. I do not cower. I stand in the face of injustice. I speak my mind and I air my grievances. Yeah, I'm honorable. You know my name. I know where I'm from. People say I'm weak. I'm not weak, but where did you get from? I'm not weak. I'm courageous. I roar against iniquity. I roar against oppression. I roar against degradation. I know my name. I know my trauma, and it has a name. I know my God, and He has a name. I know Jesus, and He has a name.
I'm going down to the river to lay my burden down.
And I hope you did too. And I hope this was helpful. Just some songs, just some ideas, just some poems. Maybe we can get free using our own imaginations. Thank you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for that. Thank y'all for giving me space. I know there were some heavy parts, and but ultimately, thank you for allowing me to share that with you. I'd like to introduce a friend of mine, a colleague, a homie, Chris Gabo, to the stage.
Not about the rest of form. So if you die, kick a heart and there's a just as hot. You got me fucked up like ex-cops and Jim and Pop.
Don't press that dial, because there's nothing else on. You like that's the one to listen to.
The next episode of the Gabo Show.
Good evening.
My name is Chris Gabo. As aforementioned, I am the host of the Chris Gabo Show. This is episode 24, the season 1 finale here live at Rita House. And this is some shit that's not out yet, okay? Yo, run that back real quick. I need y'all to make some noise one time for Ebony Smith one time, okay? Riding through the city slow, bumping all that gutter shit. If we met in LA, baby, you don't know my government. Riding through the city slow, bumping all that gutter shit. If we met in LA. Said I was wasting my time with this rap shit. What you want? Yo, actually I'm fucking this up. Can we start legit over? I'm so verklempt by every shit that I have to start from the top. I get, yo, turn that shit up. No, I'm friends here. I'm not getting right for you motherfuckers over here. Oh my god! I dare you! I told you, play it quiet. I have to let me hear what's going on, okay? But really, let me get a little louder. Okay? Riding through the city slow, bumping all that good shit. If we met in LA, baby, you don't know my government. Riding through the city slow, bumping all that good shit. If we met in LA, baby, you don't know my government. Wasting my time with this rap shit. What you want me to be anyway? I give a fuck what the let me say. I'm 24/7 every day. Hit a third coast to the tri-state, to the west coast of my sleeves cut. West coast of my sleeves, what west coast of my sleeves cut. West coast of my sleeves cut. East coast of my eyes down. Queens, that's where I rise round. Oh, you driving the price down. Shorty wanna pat my thighs down. I see on the street when I lies down. Suicidal thoughts, that's word of big. Survivorship, I'm that guy now. I'm riding through the city slow, bumping all that good shit. If we met in LA, baby, you don't know my government. Riding through the city slow, bumping all that good shit. If we met in LA, baby, you don't know my riding through the city slow, bumping all that good shit. If we met in LA, baby, you don't know my government. Riding through the city slow, bumping all that good shit. If we met in LA, you don't know my west coast of my sleeves cut. Say the inner, I breathe up. Looks like you need to breathe up. Obvious you can't keep up. They got grips, I got visas. Original Batman. Hop on the back in the trance. I'm at the edge of the earth for the last dance. Hallelujah like a blues man. Bottle of booze in my blues hand. Mama, they said I'm a menace. Mama, they said I'm loose sense. They have me feeling inferior. Got me the leather interior. Cowards that think it's superior. Battle should do the superior. And I'm riding through the city slow, bumping all that gutter shit. If we met in LA, baby, you don't know my government. Riding through the city slow, bumping all that gutter shit. If we met in LA, baby, you don't know my riding through the city slow, bumping all that gutter shit. If we met in LA, baby, you don't know my government. Riding through the city slow, bumping all that gutter shit. If we met in LA, you don't know my west coast with my sleeves cut. East side with my eyes down. Hollywood, I rise round. I speak up, they pipe down. Action camera like sound. The devil is real in the right town. West coast of my chest out. She braid my hair when I'm stressed out. And she said the piece is sarcastic. They remain fresh off the plastic. Gabo, he got us scholastic. That bring your foot off and they ass shit. Stretch out the trailer gymnastic. I'm in a trance like monastic. I'm medicated and drastic. Said I was wasting my time with this rash shit. I'm on riding through the city slow, bumping all that gutter shit. If we met in LA, baby, you don't know my government. Riding through the city slow, bumping all that gutter shit. If we met in LA, baby, you don't know my riding through the city slow, bumping all that gutter shit. If we met in LA, baby, you don't know my government. Riding through the city slow. How'd y'all do tonight? Feel good? Yo, we have a beautiful show for you tonight. Mikta is here. Zainab is here. But first, I'd like to welcome to the stage my co-host this night and every night until she fucking, run in a circle, bro. Run in a circle. Annalisa Velez. if you see her outside and you hear her talking and you talk by her drink, and she's like, yeah, I feel like I'm here as a sublet. It's a kind of 3 weeks. Tell her she fucking lives here and to stop bullshitting, okay? I'm Lisa Willette. Make some noise. Yo, make some noise for Rashad the DJ, aka Mr. Murray Rock Back, okay? This guy doesn't just DJ for anybody, okay? No, seriously, real quick, I had to tell the story real quick because recently I was asked to DJ, and I don't DJ, bro.
You kind of do though.
Yo, here's the thing. Before we invite Rita out, let's get this bullshit out of the way. This is important, okay?
Okay.
So they asked me to DJ this event. It was like, Sunani music. It was for Sudan, for Palestine. And I was like, I don't actually know what I'm doing. I can't get a fucking controller. I can't figure it out. And I was gonna quit, that's bad to quit for a fundraiser. That's not supposed to do it. And my wife was like, yo, I'll make the playlist. 3 hours of music.
Sophia always comes through though. High key. Shout out to the wife.
That I know, fuck, man. And I show up with the Spotify playlist, and I'm like, I'm not a DJ. I'm just gonna play it off the fucking laptop. And then Rashad, who I not met, literally, she pulls out. I was like, hey man, I got a controller. I'm a professional DJ. I'm like, well, why didn't you hire this guy then? Okay. And then he's like, oh yeah, you got the tracks. I'm like, I don't even have the tracks. I have a Spotify playlist. He's like, well, let's transfer it to Tidal, and you get this account. The next thing I know, I'm DJing, bro. Motherfuckers asked me to do their wedding in Dubai and shit. So shout out Rashad the DJ. Seriously, thank you so much. And now we'd like to welcome Mayfel Hassan to the stage, please.
Warm welcome.
For a very serious conversation, okay? And also, make some fucking noise one more time for Ebony Smith, because if you had known, I saw that set like go 100 raps. I thought I knew the words, I didn't know the words. She's doing new shit, because the thing is like, I gotta be honest, like, what we're trying to do here, right, is like, I don't know, man, I'm interested in art, I'm interested in the process, I'm interested in failure, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of knew I was gonna fuck this up at the beginning. No, seriously, I was like, yeah, but you're supposed to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to fail. Yeah. And if you don't fail, like, all of the rest of this is meaningless. But now, transitioning from the word failure to the word success. Nathan, what's going on?
If you think I haven't failed, the fuck.
Oh, please tell me. No, we're really. So, for the people who don't know you, bro, first of all, it's interesting, right? Because, yes, this is my co-host on Lisa, but I kind of feel like I need to, like, introduce you to my friend here.
Yes.
Wait, I just feel like for the frame, I feel like she should be here.
Then switch, bro. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Listen. No, really, I
gotta look back.
It is.
Nice stage design inside. Thank you for that.
Yo, shout out to your house for all of this, bro. You show up and really this is our first time doing this live, and somebody to thank you so much.
Wow. Oh my god.
Nah, seriously. Yeah. We started in my living room, right? And this is and we started without any. It was just like 2 AI cameras that Safia bought, and I mixed
Top 37 crew.
What do you think? That's what married me, bro.
Crazy.
No, but and really it just my primary interest is other people. You know what I'm saying? And so when Dina reached out to me about doing this, I was like, who do you want? Right? You were the first name that she brought up.
Yeah,
so,
let's share it. Dina, but
no, Dina, come on, Okay, not gonna shout out is like my healing part, but no, but seriously, there's a lot of people who deserve it, and I know a little bit about your career, right? But I really would love to hear you describing. I know we have some overlap in, we're both I'm Latino, but we're in Muslim Hollywood. I'm not in Latino Hollywood. I'm in your shit, I'm in y'all shit. So I would love to hear you talk a little bit about that before we jump into some questions.
I guess my way of conceptualizing the work I do is what I call witness.
Okay, on your website, yes. I was interested. No, this one is really cool.
So I'm going to break down a very academic concept I came up with, but basically I spent a big part of my adult life being a journalist, a community organizer, and then I grew up in a cul-de-sac with all my dad's family in Southern California. So I was in a very deep state of trying to figure out what were the prevailing politics of where I was, and then hearing things from my culture, and then learning about the profession of bearing witness. And so what I think is so interesting, going back to Islam, in Arabic, the word for witness is twinned with testify. Mm-hmm. So if you talk about wanting to witness, it cannot be divorced from testifying, from speaking to what you are saying, what you are seeing, what you are witnessing. And of course, we have so many feelings about what we are witnessing online, from Congo to Sudan to Gaza, and then in our own neighborhoods. But that sort of intuitive thing inside of us, that we can't just sit with it, otherwise it's festering, it's despairing. The way that we regain a sense of our dignity is to be the testifiers. So there's a really cool thing in Arabic where 3 letters are your root words that give you a sense of what a whole bunch of words are based on. So the word shahada means profession of faith. It's the same thing as witness, shahid, shaheed. But the interesting thing is that also means martyr.
Oh, wow.
So how are all those connected?
Okay.
So in the Quran, it constantly talks about the shahid. The shaheed is the one who testifies in the way of the oppressed. So how I theorize it is, if you witness an injustice, a part of you dies, and you can only be reborn in the telling. So that's how I see. I'm not being very concrete, but that's kind of the way.
We asked her what her job was, but she's trying to read it. Yo, she was trying to ring with the text speaking God, bro. That's crazy. No.
So the witness makes you somebody who has to be with something. So that's why I think of it as witness.
But it's interesting and I do want to get like more specific for example, but this thing about witnessing, right? It's just like in the moment we're in, I really do think that like, you know, it costs you something to see. That's why so many people like they're in such intentional self-delusion, because the second you see something, in order to deny it, you have to like kind of deny your own humanity. You know what I'm saying?
You have to deny your sight.
Exactly. You have to
deny and embody the experience.
100%. Yeah. And I think, you know, when I know a little bit about your work and like in the consulting world, like, you know, I'm like, that's part of what you're doing, I think, right? It is witnessing people. You know, they're trying to communicate something, right? And you're witnessing a part of it outside and trying to like bridge the gap, right? I mean, I think that's how consultation works, you know, at least when I think about your work. And I would love to hear you just tell people a little more about, because I mean, there are jobs in LA that have to be explained. You know what I'm saying? There really are. Like, it's not like, oh, a plumber, I know what a plumber does. Like, your shit, I'm like, I want to know a little more.
I mean, I feel like I struggle to tell my dad what I do all the time. And that's why he's always like, can you show me your paycheck? That means love to him. He's saying,
whipping like numbers, like, you know, so did I, numbers don't. Exactly.
I mean, he literally got into a fight with my brother when he wouldn't show his letter of employment that I guess explained the agreed upon salary. That's immigrant parents for you.
That's amazing.
I guess, again, not to just use these really just ephemeral sort of flighty journey, but I think of things as like doing freedom doula work. So yes, I work as a professor, but when I tell folks I'm a professor, I got my PhD in American Studies and Ethnicity. I also worked in a peace studies department, an international studies department, and religious studies department, and now I just went back to my roots in a comparative race and ethnicity department. But to me, I've never been the person who says, I want to design my life a certain way. I've always been the person that says, what is God revealing? Because it's going to be better than anything I planned for myself. So I have the certification in an academic sense, and then the interesting thing going into academia, which was so difficult for me as somebody who was an organizer that said, let me learn skill set, and they're like, oh, just kidding, why don't you learn to just think endlessly about something and feel the pain of being stuck in your mind and just be fixated on cerebral processing. And then my response was, oh, okay, how do I take this deconstruction and build something? So I did this report on the 100-year history of Muslims in Hollywood, and then Rami Youssef gave me such an amazing opportunity of his first season of his show to be a creative advisor. I was like, I don't know what a creative advisor is. And he said, okay, well, we're just gonna bring you on in some sort of way. And I said, okay, I've never been in a writer's room. What if you tell me what your themes are and I'll put a syllabus together and we can have a seminar?
That's fucking awesome. And it's like, yo, I knew you're a consultant, but creative advisor, like that's, yo.
And then the best part about this is I gave him this obscure article about IMF structural adjustment program loans in Egypt that created a dependency on making strawberries for America and the rest of the West. And he's like, let me make an episode about that. And that's his Strawberries episode where he meets the ghost of Osama bin Laden and Osama's eating the strawberry. And it kind of sits in the symbolism of what the West has done to Egypt to instill some sort of great grievance. But yeah, and then I became a writer and producer on his show, and then I've done a whole bunch of other stuff, writing, producing, and then trying to figure out the world as America collapses, where there's any way to barter and do something between each other.
So basically there's two paths into Hollywood. You could assist or do whatever the fuck that was. You ever playing it? Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, but the funny part is, I'm sure you know this story. It's like the amount of LinkedIn messages I get of like, I want to sit and talk to you about your path and some of these BFA, MFA screenwriting students. I was like, I don't know, get a PhD, be an organizer for like 20 years thanklessly, and then be a journalist. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Oh, do the class. Do the class to make the money, teach these kids.
Okay, now I'm getting introduced to your brilliant co-host.
No, she's so much smarter than me. It's crazy. No, but it's thank you for I'm glad you told the strawberry story, because that's like, to me, that's like lore, right? In Muslim Hollywood, it's very like it's a story that I've heard, you know what I mean? And it's
it's lore. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know you were lore. Come on, bro. That's like very serious lore. Because again, like, I mean, it speaks to, you know, again, that story speaks to your character and also to Rami's character, right? The fact that, like, you know, most people. Hey, Far, what would you do if I sent you like a fucking like a 9-page IMF article? This guy would kick me out of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's an insane thing to do, right? Most people, you would give them that and they would be like, what kind of dust are you smoking? You know what I mean? But instead he was like, oh, I see. And again, because Rami's mind works that way. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then he did something really amazing. There was an anniversary of 9/11 from Deadline. They wanted to get Rami's reflections, and he's like, what if Made the Rights of Peace, where she interviews me? And then it was basically this reflection where I talked about, I like quoted my mentor, who's a big like imperial critic, a big critic of racial capitalism, an amazing guy, but I quoted, I talked about the IMF story, and I quoted his amazing line in his book, Freedom Dreams, Robert D.G. Kelly, where he says, the question after 9/11 should be, what do we build on the ashes of a nightmare?
Oh, wow.
In fucking Deadline.
I mean,
That's the part. People who were like, you know, there's some dope people in Hollywood who kind of like moonlight to work through the institution, and they hit me up and they're like, I can't believe you got this in Deadline, and they're like high up producers who have the same kind of politics.
Well, but it's also because I feel like a lot of
again, Rami did that layup.
But I mean, again, that was the Rami Youssef stimulus package at work. But like, there also is like, you know, I think there's a lot of people in Hollywood who, I mean, if you're coming, here's the thing. Again, what is Hollywood, right? It's a place where we tell stories, right? And in order for you to break in, you have to be interesting, or your life has to be interesting, or something about you has to be interesting.
I think
so. It's true. Like, you know, you could go. I went down to YU and like, you know, at, you know, I don't know, year 4, it's like, okay, there are some people. Everyone can kind of write, but if you're writing like interior NYU dorm room day, a guy writes a movie where it says interior NYU dorm room day. It's like, babe, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, there's no, you kick. Whereas, right, you come from the social justice work and academia and all these other things. It sounds like a circuitous path, but it's not.
Wow. Yeah, so we'll look at you to something, and I think there's some people in the industry in this room, but there's something called generals.
Yes.
And that's where you meet with production companies, people, creative.
I thought you were like in the army. Okay, I hear it.
I got this like blank stare for a moment.
It wasn't a blank stare. I was trying to think if I could see anything funny, but I did. Where are you getting?
I was like, you know what I'm talking about, right? I know you know what you're talking about. But yes, no, very little reference to the U.S. military from me. But yeah. So it's interesting because people will study up and try to create a script to talk to these folks because they'll be responsible for staffing you or want to get you to write on an IP or whatnot. And I love those meetings because I could tell the story of my life and my community. And it only hit me at one point when somebody said, oh, you're not the typical BFA screenwriter.
Oh, wow.
Because the thing is, and I heard this insight from folks who are trained as screenwriters or go to film school, which is they always get a very narrow way of being as a filmmaker.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because there's like this sort of canon of films that they all watch, that they all revere, and it does little to develop somebody as a person with experiences, and those experiences are what animates everything in the writer's room.
Well, again, and like, I feel like so many people in Hollywood, it's like there's people who their goal is, I mean, I don't know, some of them just want to be famous. You know what I'm saying? Some people aren't interested in like touching the human condition. You're right. So what you have dedicated your life to, like understanding the human condition, and that's an easy thing to alley-oop into, like storytelling structure, act structure, that can all be taught. Like you can't really be, I mean, being taught to think and to like go about the world in a critical way, in an emotional way, in a way that has stakes to you, that is a different thing, you know? And that's extremely valuable. So when people, you know, it makes all the sense in the world to me that Rami saw you and was like, I'm gonna get TV out of this. You know what I'm saying? Because there are just certain people where like your career or whatever, let me use the word calling, right? The thing that you do with your life. Because we're only here for a brief period of time, and whatever you're doing, that's how you spend your life, that God gave you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the thing that you do is just a practice that we filter experience through. You know what I'm saying? So Rami's an artist, and he saw all of this and was like, I'm going to make art out of it. Like when I say get TV out of it, that's not flippant, but I really mean like he, you know, you enrich the artistic process there, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm curious.
And he taught me so much too because, oh, sorry.
No, not at all.
Yeah, coming from an academic space where I was even TAing classes, I was still a PhD student when I met him. I was TAing classes called Exploring Ethnicity Through Film, Exploring Culture Through Film. And it was a lot of this critique process from something that most of those professors had a passion, a love for, but they didn't make a film.
Right.
They weren't involved in putting together the thing that they were deconstructing. Yeah. So I remember I was writing my dissertation, and Rami and I would write at cafes in...
what cafes so we know where to hang out?
He's not here anymore.
No, okay, that has like maybe there's someone else there that could get you a job.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was Echo Park, walk over Echo Park Lake. It was like such fun times. I would look at his first pilot, give him notes, and of course I had such a narrow concept of storytelling artists. I was like, wait, he's dating this white woman in the opening scene? What? And of course it's like the pierced condom, looking for it to make sure nothing went through. And he's like, Maytha, there's a story arc for this character. You can't hit everything on the pilot. And I was like, oh, okay, get it.
That's a word too.
Then I watched him.
That's a word too.
I watched him watch TV. And then that was an interesting, almost academic training in...
What do you mean what you watched him watch TV? Like you said...
But like we were watching Larry David, Curb, we were watching Insecure, and I would see him talk back to the TV in terms of the setups, if it was convincing, if it made sense, was this real for the character journey? And then that's when my storytelling mind got reactivated. That storytelling mind of being sitting at the dinner table with your father, your mother, hearing their stories and seeing the way that storytelling is designed. Then it was like, oh, well, we were way too much in the right brain space, like that left brain space, and harmonizing the two. That's the gift that I feel like he gave me was, oh, now Ibn Arabi kind of talks about this thing of dual vision, of having a critical mind and an open heart. And being able to have this dual vision, I feel like that to me is the greatest gift, is to have that rigor around the critique and then not allow it to stymie the flow of the creative soul.
Can you say that again? The
dual mind. I think it was translated in English as dual vision, but basically
critical mind and open heart.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's very important because I feel like oftentimes, like, you know, it's like when someone only has one. When someone is like critical mind and there's nothing going on here, right? But the other thing can happen too, where it's like somebody's like, you're all feeling and there's like no rigor or thought to whatsoever. Yeah. And when you have those two things, I think that can be so powerful, right? And I'm curious to know from you, like, because you worked, now in Hollywood and also in academia and also in, would you call them organized spaces? Called it, yeah. So, of those three spaces, where are you most comfortable? And like, do you go back to them, or is it like a linear journey where you're like, I start here, I go there, and then I end in Hollywood? We all end now. We're in Hollywood right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there?
And then there's a part of my little soul that is constantly looking at the journalism job board.
God damn it! Now is not the time, Rita. I know. Now's not the time.
No. There's a part of journalism at its best was doing all that work. To me, because if you're embedded, if you're not a parachute journalist, if you're thinking critically, if you really see your craft as a storyteller. I mean, most of the IP in Hollywood, not most, but a lot of it comes from journalists' pieces that have like created this incredible intervention in how we've seen the world. And I mean, and it has like the tricky ethics that are introduced in academia of how you tell somebody else's story, so that to me, sadly, is kind of the most comfortable place for me to be in. I had a mentor who passed away in Syria. He was Anthony Shadid.
Syria.
Thank you for that. He was everywhere. He was outside of the green zone in Iraq. He was kidnapped by Gaddafi's people in Libya. He was shot by a sniper in Palestine. He was in Lebanon summer of 2006, which now pales in comparison to what we're seeing now. And he was a bureau chief for the New York Times in Beirut when I last connected with him. And one of his editors said he wrote poetry deadline, and that was the other part of it for me, is that kind of like secret poet that I have. So this is like such a special night to witness the poets, the musicians, and to have this as a part of an interview show.
Yeah. It's like, it's all connected. You know what I'm saying? I think we cannot, what you're saying, right? In Hollywood, you see it very clearly, right? Because people you have to option certain material, and there's like rights, and it's legal, and all this stuff. But like, if there was no any of that, right? It's still, it's an interconnected ecosystem, right? Because like, you can approach a topic like Gaza, like Sudan, and be like, okay, you can approach it as a journalist, right? And that's a certain type of storytelling, but you're transmitting the facts, right? And you have a certain responsibility, but it might, like you're saying, critical mind and open heart is sort of the XY axis, right? The heart, it's very difficult to get at that in a byline above the fold or whatever, and that's when,
that's when you're a Pulitzer too.
Now again, it's like I used to kind of think about journalism a lot because I was like, oh, you get to talk to people, you get to really, it's like, it's investigatory, right? But towards the end of like community, this is like a very idealistic thing I'm saying, like, oh, we're trying to transmit, knowledge as if it's not also tied to like a corporate entity that has like shareholders and a political point of view. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's like, it's interesting. The journalism thing is I really feel for anybody who like wants to start in that right now because, what was yeah. Dina, we're it's okay.
Sorry.
No, it's not you.
Josh, I was like, Josh, what time?
Listen, this is a variety show. Okay, let's have
You can do all night with Maytha, but you packed the house.
No, Maytha. Okay, do we have that? 2 minutes, 5 minutes. What we have? 5.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Okay, but what? Do anything. So we sing a song, like Jesus Christ. We're 5 minutes. That's
people like you. Like I know you were saying, like my little soul. I'm like, no, my God, like we need people like you're actually passionate about bringing these stories to life, like really the light of day, because a lot of it's being buried. So God bless you. If that's something that you want to do, please keep doing that. Like,
I'm trying to put together something that I'm calling the Center for Story Justice, where we do storytelling labs. We send folks out. The cool part about academia, I always say, are the students and being able to connect. And I don't know if folks know Gen Z kids now. Yeah, well, it's a show of hands. Clap, all of it. I'm so inspired by them. I taught about facing research project, and these kids are growing like reproductive sovereignty gardens on their campus, and making zines for us.
New a good day. You understand? So we can't say how we're right.
Listen, they're revitalizing. One of my students is revitalizing is tribal language where only like 5 or 10 adults know it. So, and he's creating like a Rosetta Stone program for it. Yeah. So, I mean, like this. So, I've been inspired by them to kind of figure out how to bring them on to do this work of dual vision of like, okay, let's teach, because we really need critical media literacy these days. Yeah. Teach that, but also teach the creative process of now you know how to filter, analyze what you're seeing, and then this is how you build your story. Yeah. And so looking at that and trying to do what I call present ancestor work. So I am trying to like
doing your own thing.
And then maybe the courses can go there. I love this.
It'll find everything.
Yes, exactly. So we've got to figure out. And then we'll try to get those things, those stories turned into something, film, music.
I wish you the best.
Everything wise, yeah.
That's really beautiful. I mean, what I admire a lot about your career, and I keep saying the word career, but it's your life, you know what I'm saying? It's the things that you do. Like, every time I say the word career, I really want to throw myself off the building. I got on the first floor. But what I mean, like, what I admire so much about the way that you move through the world, and what I want to emulate is, like, you reach up, you reach down, and you reach across. You know what I'm saying? I think that, like, that's very, very important. But again, and I hate that we're like framing this career, but it's like it's a life thing. I wish we could talk for another hour about the word present ancestor. You know what I mean? I think I understand what you mean, but that's talking about living people, right? That are it's I don't know, man. When people think about history as like the past, it doesn't hit it. What the fuck do you think this is, bro?
Right. And I mean, my big thing is, and especially the work that can be done in film and TV. And especially with the materials that constitute history, is unlearning the history that became our teaching, right? From K through 12, unless we have a real renegade educators around us, even in college level, like some of that is such trash history that America bases so much of its understanding of literally human nature. And so I have part of this work, and I guess I forgot to mention I'm a historian. That's how I approach it.
Well,
too many jobs, bro. Jesus Christ.
The PBS show that you're on, dude, I was like, do you need to make that into a TV show? Like, that was so cool.
Which episode did you see?
I saw the first one.
The one in North Dakota? Yeah. Okay, so me, Zahir Ali, Graham Judd are executive producers for a PBS docuseries called American Muslims: A History Revealed.
Watch it. It's so dope.
That's so beautiful to hear. Yeah, it's the 6 unexpected stories from 1750s till the 1950s of individual figures in our history and how their life story, while they might be ordinary people, are extraordinary and stand in for the themes that were prevailing around what it means to be Muslim, what Islam was understood to be in that time frame. So here we're in 19th century America, and the first mosque in America gets founded in Ross, North Dakota.
Yes.
By Gillette.
Fargo season 30, you guys. Coming soon, inshallah. Yo.
Yes. So it was a Lebanese woman too, Mary Juma. And we got to tell also the messy stuff of that history because
he was there.
Because they came as homesteaders, so they benefited out of the project of what the U.S. government did with the violent displacement of indigenous folks there. And so those books were placed as a buffer to imperial work, and they had no idea, right? So going back to that history means we get to ask the question of what is lingering that has been unhealed? What is lingering that has not been addressed? And that's why I love unsettling our notions of history. And this series was such a pleasure to do. And then we got to have incredible Muslim journalists as the folks who were what we called seekers. So we had Malika Bilal from Al Jazeera, we had Ayman Ishmael from Slate Magazine, and Asma Khalid from, hopefully not RIP NPR anymore, but... I'm sorry.
All those words, national, public, every word individually is going away. So don't combine.
Don't combine them. Yes. Oh, I know. And then who knows what's going to happen to PBS. But we do have it on YouTube, and do watch it as long as you're ever.
As you see that Crackle, you can always get Crackle. There's a way.
We're going to get a show on there. Crackle's lit. Anyway.
Never mind.
Okay. You're brilliant is what we're saying. So thank you so much.
Listen. Make some noise for Maitha. One of the gift and the curse of Orion shows that you're like Tell me more, Dina said we can't tell me more.
I did not sit here. Now I'm just like, I'm here expounding upon about how much I love being a journalist, and I didn't even get to really sit doing what I love, which is ask you 2 questions.
No, there's no time. There's no time.
2 questions.
2 questions. Wait, she can ask her.
She gets to ask you questions.
Ooh. Oh, okay. I mean, Dina, the producer, come on.
It's our ask, okay?
Okay, well, I mean, how?
Oh, you're comfortable. This is okay. Go ahead.
Okay, now I'm
I mean, you're perfect first date, yeah.
I would like to do it on the level of like, just direct.
Everybody, you gotta do it fast.
Okay. Yeah, geez. I was trying to settle. It's about relationship building, Dina. Okay.
I like Dina.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm curious, what got you two together as doing this? Is this, you've done it, you've been co-hosting the whole time?
Not the whole time. Like
at least 8-10 episodes, some shit like that.
Wow, time.
It's a lot, but I mean.
So what do you feel like your flow is like?
Well, we met a long time ago. We came up together in New York theater, like, we've known each other like 15, 20 years, some shit like that. We met. I was a playwright. She was an actor, right?
I still was. Still is.
Cast Annalisa right now. You know what I'm saying? We were kids. You know what I'm saying? We were rolling around trying to like be in, off-Broadway Stephen Jurgens play, whatever, at actor studio and shit like that. And then, we moved on our lives, and we're both from Florida. We played New Yorkers on TV type shit. You know what I mean? And then I don't mean like literally, I've never been on TV. I just mean like that's what our thing was, right? And then one day, I've been making rap records for 17 years unsuccessfully. And Annalisa made one rap song, and I was like, fuck you, bro. Like, it was so good, but she was so supportive and shit. And then I was like, you should uproot your life and move to Los Angeles, because I think I'll make more money. And that's how we met, Jay and Sean Watson, literally at Equinox, right? And I wouldn't have met those guys if Annalisa hadn't had to take a shit. And I was like, hey, guys, you guys should come to this show. No, I'm so
That's what I love. I love the relationship question, because it's so revealing.
And now we're here.
He pitched me. He's like, this is the reason why you should be on my show. And I was like, dude, you ain't gotta do that. Like, I love you. Yes.
No, but Annalisa makes, like kosher salt makes everything taste better?
Ooh.
That's Annalisa. With everything.
I get some Himalayan sea salt vibes from.
Oh my God, heavy.
I do see a lot of the color, the pink, the white, and then the good for you at the end of the day.
Definitely good for you.
The real salt. Yeah. The salt of the earth.
Oh, 100%. Is that what that was? That one question combined to you?
No. Okay, so then there's one more. I was just trying to refine it in my mind because
you like on the show, dog. This is
She knows.
this is the precipice of it, but I'm intrigued for all the success, the failures, the whatnot. What do you feel like, if you could describe your relationship with each other? What is your relationship to the very idea of art?
Oh, shit.
No, that's you. I got the last one.
No, love it. Go ahead.
Like,
if I talk and then you don't say anything,
I'll give you an intro. Do you see art as your friend? Do you see art as your lover? Do you see art as your
when the pandemic hit and like all the theaters closed and there were no auditions or anything, I literally, this is gonna sound super whatever. You guys can judge me. It's fine. It felt like I was just, I'm going to start crying about it, but it felt like I was just mourning this lover that I had been with, and I had just made so much, like, I put, this is my life's work. So when the pandemic hit, everybody was sad, you know what I mean? But my mom said, what is wrong with you? I'm like, yo, like, you don't, like, I live and eat and breathe this, So for me, like, when the highs hit, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're on our honeymoon, it's amazing. And then when the lows hit, I'm like, baby, like, what do we gotta do? Like, let's work it out, my love. Let's do the rehearsals, the practices. I'm like, it's crazy, but yes, I look at it as a lover.
I love that.
It's so foul.
Nah, it's the same for me. We had them in common, and again, like that's why I fuck with you. Bro. It's like there are so many people in this town who don't care about our art. They're like, yo, I'm gonna make $8,000 a week in a writer's room.
No, don't
tell you like, do you want a literary life? And they're like, what the fuck is that, right? Like, the thing is like, to me, I'm like, I do this, no money.
Right.
Why do I do it? Because I do it because it's like, it's how I communicate. It's just a communication thing, right? It's like when you're talking about like, oh, going back to storytelling, like how your dad tells the story around the dinner table. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's what the raps are. That's what this shit is. That's whatever. And it matters. It's funny earlier when everyone else had like did sound check in 2 seconds, and I kept fucking up the song. I'm sure I was like, yo, like what's the deal? I was like,
oh, he cares so much.
I don't want to rap off beat, bro. It hurts my feelings. Like, it really hurts my feelings, bro. Yeah. And so it's like...
You don't want to look bad to your life.
I'm looking.
He just cares so
it's
much.
Honor. It's an honor to the thing. No, but the whole thing, bro. It's like, yo. I always say, like, if you're humble before the form, like, it has to...
That their goddess?
Sure. I think Nathan, get out of here! Nathan, where are you? No, but legit though, like it's like you either. The reason why I was like, please move to LA, Annalisa, is because I saw in her from the beginning she's a lifer. I'm a lifer. It doesn't matter, bro. Like if you do. I remember one time I was a kid. I was like 15. I was like always in these journals. Or my dad. And my parents were so supportive, but they were just legitimate questions like, when is it done? And I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like, it's never done. Like, it's just, that's how it is, watered through the spring. It's like a thing that you like, that moves through you. And it's because, and it's not about, that's why like,
yes.
It is. Yes. There we go.
Yes.
No, it is. And I see that in you. And that's why we're friends. And that's why I was like, please come do the show so I can talk half as much.
Got it. Okay, anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Zayda, where you at? We have a musical guest, a very, very special musical guest who is going to perform two joints for you guys. Then we have a little conversation. But we will see the same. Yo, Alice, could we hug real quick? Come on, man. Yo. Make some noise for Zaina, ladies and gentlemen. Well, actually, not to buy some time. Okay, oh no, you're here. Okay, never mind. Make some noise for Rashad the DJ, a.k.a. Mortary Wild Blow. He's gonna handle loud. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you so much.
How should we win? Nailed it. I love it. We'd love to hear it. This is so amazing. Shout out to Rita House. Shout out Chris. Shout out to everyone in here. Ebony, we did your things. So just like Ebony, I'm giving y'all new unreleased tracks. So I'm interested to see your feedback. But yeah, let's get it.
For the first time, the way you look at me just align. Your presence is a sweet peace of mind. And tonight, when you see the time, the sunset to moonrise, thoughts in my depth say your eyes, senses tantalize, forever make me see your night. All night and all day, my head in the Milky Way, on and high until I touch the stage. Some kiss the most natural, you on my mind. I've been thinking all the time, all the things that we could do. Baby, it's just me and you. You know what's on my mind, 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 you know what's on my mind. No one else.
There you go. I appreciate you. I got one more for you. I haven't coughed too much because we're all been coughing a lot. We'll just get the next one. This one's out now. I just dropped this song.
What's it called? Tell the people what it's called.
It's called Up.
Big God, Jesus Christ.
The last one was all in my mind. Okay.
Scream.
All right, let's get it.
What's the name of this one?
Up. And y'all feel free to move. Feel free to be free. You know, high five, silent night. Hey.
Internationally foreigner, and my story still pass for facade. Librarians, I'm journey up. Tiny and showing in the rough of the district financially up. But the tour and the wheels go up. Hit the stage and light the city up. Running, running up, 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 up. Running, running up, 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 up. Running, running up, 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 up. Running, running up, 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 up. Oh, 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 don't she fall, don't she fall.
Zader, that was incredible. That was so incredible. Yo, make some noise one more time for the whole thing. Yo, God, both guys, yes, Jesus Christ. Please have a seat. Wow, wow. What? Yo, no, I told you.
He's gonna hit us with a hit like that?
No, I know, and then I take a name. You gotta get the stream.
That was
A,
nasty back there.
A-N-I-B up. Go run that shit up. How you doing?
Amazing. I'm on a cloud right now. This is such a vibe.
Really?
Yeah, I love performing. I love the energy in the room. I feel like I just feed off of, I'm an extrovert, so I'm definitely like feeding off the energy, so I'm hyped.
Oh no, God.
I'll be up all night now.
For being here. So, like, I'm so interested in this mezcla with the violin and sing. Like, when did you start doing this? Explain.
Oh, I started singing, I guess, kind of my whole life. I used to sing Spice Girls around the house.
Girl.
What's your favorite Spice Girls song? What's your favorite Spice Girls song?
Hold on. It's been a minute. I'll tell you what I really want to
No, but which one was your favorite?
We asked two different questions, but you can jump my question if you want.
Oh, you asked what song?
Yeah, what'd you ask?
I'm asking which Spice Girl was your favorite.
We're up there. Wait.
Obviously,
Yes.
Scary.
My box and then my how's your favorite? I love that. Yes. You know, I'll work on it. So what was the inspiration for this last song?
This last one, I just vibes. I love upbeat. Just I incorporate the violin and everything. I've been playing the violin since I was 14.
Oh wow.
Or no, 14. What's fourth grade? Is that 14? That's not 14.
Nah, that was like
That's not. Were your parents here?
8.
That's not 14.
That's not. It's like 8.
I think if you're 14 in the 4th grade, you know, no ableism, but something happened, bro. You're not supposed to be at that place.
No. Yeah, I mixed up 4th grade, not 14. But so we're not.
What was the inspiration to start playing?
My brother used to play the violin.
Okay.
He's like the coolest person in the world. Yeah.
Older or younger?
Brother. Older. So then he joined the band and got too cool. So he was like, oh, I can violin.
They want to have a band.
Yeah, you want to get out of reading classes or whatever. I was like, yeah, I can get
That's good advice. No, how did the band was your brother in?
Oh, he was like, like Rage Against the Machine type.
I knew it. I could tell that your life was a reaction to somebody being in a hardcore band. I could tell by the glasses.
Clearly.
So what's the next move, the next step for you career-wise? And then where do you want it to go?
Oh, I feel like I don't even know what to eat for breakfast tomorrow. So
I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
That's real.
But career-wise, obviously, I would love to tour. I didn't do any of my songs down, but I have a lot of songs in Arabic and English.
Oh, really?
So, and I represent Sudan.
Wow, great.
So yeah, I definitely want to elevate Sudan and the culture and take it global. And I just got back from Egypt. I was there for like 4 months. So
wow.
Hey, Al, when you were there?
Yeah, I did. I recorded some new music, had some shows.
What were the shows like in Egypt, bro?
Well, I did it during Ramadan.
Why did you say it like that? Why did you say it like
Ramadan? You can't like. So it was an iftar, but I would have like a private show on the rooftop.
Why didn't you just put your head down? That's tight.
Because it wasn't like, what I mean.
Let me tell you something. If Annalise and I had a private show on a rooftop in Egypt, during Ramadan, would be like, yo, don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't talk to me anymore, bro. That's funny.
But didn't we see a concert during Ramadan?
We saw one. We went to the strip club during Ramadan.
Oh, crazy.
So we did do that. But we didn't play during Ramadan.
No, we saw Mustafa.
Yeah, but that's like...
but that's like...
That's the guy who does that.
Yeah.
That's supposed to end. I think if it was that type of energy, I kind of understand what you mean.
Yeah, I got that. Okay.
Okay.
But,
well, you're talking to Latinos now, so it's a long man around Bobby time. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to praise the culture. You know what I'm saying? Wait, real quick. I have to... Sorry. Where are you from? Can we tell some biographical? Where are you from? Like, what's the beginning?
The beginning, so obviously Sudan.
Were you born in
Sudan? No, I grew up here. I grew up, so I was actually born in this. I don't tell people this because it's just the whole thing.
But we're just filming it for people.
It's fine, so that everyone's gonna know now. So that's on record. But I was born in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Oh,
yeah.
See when you ask follow questions.
Well, no, this is a nice tie-in because with our guest previous, like that actually makes sense. Watch the PBS show. That's the plug.
Yo, this is the illest Columbus Fialis has ever done, yo. She was like, yo, that's amazing.
Low key, right?
I don't think so.
Right. Okay. And how was that? What was living in that area like?
It was very
with your creative self, right?
Yeah, it was interesting. We traveled a lot though, to Sudan a lot, to Egypt, like my parents outside the country a lot. So I don't really have the mindset of that small town. And I was like an hour from Denver, so I was always in Denver.
Yo, when Denver's the big city.
That was a big city. It's a big city, but up in the Midwest, it's a big city.
You go to the REI store, Patagonia State.
Or not means, but yeah, no. I'd actually go to a lot of concerts out there, Red Rocks.
No, Red Rocks, yeah. No,
yeah. Yeah, so what's funny?
Who were your inspirations as a musician?
I always loved Lauryn Hill.
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
she's, legendary.
Cool.
Yeah. Wyoming actually had me listening to like Dave Matthews Band, which was hilarious. So they had black violinists that I loved it, and I thought it was so cool. So that wasn't like one of my inspirations. That was obviously like Erykah Badu vibes, like very neo soul,
So in your earlier stuff, is there sort of neo soul production, or is this like? Because I know that this sounds very current, right? It sounds very like sort of Afrobeats influenced. Like, are there secret Zaynab records that are like over like neo soul beats?
There's definitely some Zaynab.
Oh shit! Right
now, secret Zaynab though. I do have a like a neo soul EP. My first EP is very much more like soulful, like it's R&B vibe. So but yeah, obviously I'm transitioning to the Afro beats. I'm actually creating like an Afro Sudani sound.
That's cool.
So that's
we need that.
I know, yeah.
Come Motherland Sound, they have to plug you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? Well, actually, how we met, right, was at the event where Rashad saved my life. You came up to me. You were, oh, play that drum right then, okay? So if you're wondering how the booking process works, real quick. So in Wyoming, was there a lot of Sudanese community, or was it just like y'all?
There was none. We were the only one.
Mom,
like,
dad?
Yeah, the whole stuff. They have a network. Like, they
How
know.
did you motherfuckers get there? How did the parents
Listen.
arrive in Wyoming?
Yeah, like
It actually makes sense.
It makes sense.
It actually does make it.
Already makes
Watch
sense.
BBM show. I'm telling you,
Okay, sorry,
it's just gonna make sense. Sorry, go on.
He's gonna see that shit.
Yeah, it was you. Like, it's right. Yeah, no, it's right.
My dad was teaching. He was running. He actually worked with like Native Americans for a while, and so in North Dakota, and then he came to Wyoming by chance, and then met my mom in Boulder. But he had a job, so she came. She was in Austin to Boulder, so he won the tug of war to go be in Wyoming. So, but enough about Wyoming.
Okay, so like, what's the message with your music? Like, is there a message? Is there something that you're like trying to, I don't know, unveiling yourself? Like, what is the thing?
I mean, freedom is like a big part of my life and my brand, and my brand's Freedom Waves, and I always talk about freedom. Like, my mom's so sick of me talking about freedom, this, freedom, that.
Your mom not sick of you talking about freedom.
She is. She's like,
No, I just put him at the I can't. That's
freedom.
it's like enough with the freedom shit.
Yeah.
Talk about something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of uplifting. Like, I have songs like about Sudan, like more political, sometimes radical, mostly upbeat. I like vibes, I like good energy. Like, that's how I transition out of neo soul. I love the heartfelt, like, intimate music, but I also just love to have fun and vibe. Like, especially showing. So I feel like people can just dance and feel free and just let go of whatever. They can just be in the moment. And I love that so much. Yeah,
it makes sense. I doubt you might. You're like, hey guys, I'm like, yes, this girl. I want to be with her. Yes. That's dope.
When you transition from neo soul into the Afrobeat stuff, like, did your production team change, or did your production team just shift?
It was a shift. I work with a lot of international producers, and I would just love to explore other stuff. I have a whole trap phase too. It's like that's a part of the secret Zane.
As you should.
And I produce as well, so I like.
Did you produce any of these ones?
No, I'm not. I compose the strings on everything.
Okay.
And so I always produce the violin on anything that I have. But I started producing trap for some reason. I was like, yeah, let me just produce trap album.
No, it makes sense because if you watch it PBS, nice
listening to you. What it is? This is our defense mechanism, so I didn't watch it. So I was like,
it could be anything.
Wait, anything is. So, what percentage in your Uber, like, what percentage of is self-produced?
No, release stuff, not a lot, because again, I just play around, and I'm not really in the trap realm, and like I produce on the trap, so it's just kind of like my fun thing to do. But I co-produce a lot of things, like the stuff coming up, the Sudani, the Afro Sudani sound. I like executive produced everything, and But
what is executive for people? Because again, like, there's a lot of Hollywood people here. Like, producer means one thing, right? What does executive producer mean on a record?
Kind of like just the overall direction of the record, and like just like really overseeing how it's being produced, and like the sounds that I want, and making sure like they're stacked the way I want, and kind of like even arranging it the way that I want. So.
But do you, in executive, like when you're executive producing on that level, right? Does it have to be like? I imagine it has to be IRL. Like, I don't know how you would executive produce over email.
Yeah, that's why in Egypt I was doing all of that.
Got it.
Yeah, so that was a big part of my intention going over there. And I still just got to top in because obviously now you guys know where I'm from.
Wyoming
with a hard G. So if there's some advice you can give to some, some folks that are in music or want to get into music, what would it be?
I would say authenticity is so key, especially these days. I feel like it's so easy to copy and paste someone else's sound and what they're saying, what they're doing. Especially what music is now. It's like you have to tell your story. You have to just be in the moment. So I definitely just say like tap into yourself and just be in the moment. I freestyle like that. Last song I freestyle.
Wait. Do you rap? Do you freestyle?
I mean, shoot.
No, okay, Okay, all right, no, stop. Okay, no, that's you sign interaction. Okay, but no, it's fine. But now back to the interview. Okay. It's like a DJ. Let's go. So, I'm curious because again, like, if you're arranging strings on a record, that is already co-production. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have like that you own part of that side of it. You know what I mean? So like, are there strings on everything, like even the neo soul stuff?
Everything, yeah.
Bro, that's amazing.
I have to incorporate it because I was such an orchestra dork for so long, and I'm like, look, now it's my secret weapon.
Yo, here's the thing. All the shit that we got beat up for as kids is now how we make money.
Exactly.
No, it's true. If you were a nerd about something, you were like, oh yeah? Well, guess what? Now do you have a job? Yeah. But like, it's, no, like it really, a lot of the orchestra kids that, I was in a ska band when I was a kid. Like,
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
Relax.
No, it makes sense. I don't say that. It went on the PBS.
Cut to the next segment.
It makes sense.
No, but like, and it's really like, a lot of
just comedic. I'm like, yeah.
A lot of people can't transition that into like fly shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up when I was in this band, like everyone was playing a second instrument, right? It was first chair violinist playing guitar and shit, and I was just like a dirty punk kid who like rapped, and like I had lived some life, and so it was interesting. But my voice was like, and so like, and I couldn't play the guitar. I pretended to play the guitar, right? And now every single one of those motherfuckers is not in music. And I was with people who like dreamed like, I'm not being hyperbolic, I know I use hyperbolic language. I had a friend who legitimately dreamed symphonies. Like had a perfect pitch and like close her eyes and she would be like, dreamed that. She doesn't work in music. Respect to me. That's my homie, but it doesn't work in music. Well, no, but it's like interesting, like a lot of, again, like for you to come from orchestra and come from that background and to be able to make like actual fly shit that like actually is in the culture, like that's very impressive to me. Honestly, very moving.
Thank you. Yeah, and I would inspire, young black violinists to not be discouraged by...
The child of the Dave Matthews black violinist.
Yeah, I mean, they got it. They are in the bloodline. But, it's like there's so few of us, there's so little representation. And orchestra's always seem so classical. And it's like, the instruments are like boundless. You can do anything.
It's true.
What you create with
sounds. They make it sound expensive, too. Like, that's not... Get it twisted.
No, 100%. No, real strings make your record sound like you really did something.
Yeah.
And that's the socket part. I feel like that's what kind of brings that soul and like that emotion to things. But I make it fun. I make it happy strings. I'm not going to sound like a list.
No. But like it's all, it's just like the production is so lush. You know what I mean? So on Up, who produced that record?
So it's actually with me in Nigeria. So he goes by Ultimate Clef. And that was kind of something I guess I could say somebody executive producer. I was like sending him the ideas of like what I wanted and kind of the direction of the beat and like how we can make it not so typical Afrobeat. Like it still has an Afrobeat sound, but it has a piano. It still has sexy.
I heard that.
It's refreshing. Like it's not so monotonous and like repetitive. I feel like a lot of Afrobeat songs like.
You can say that. I can't.
It's like Savage the Midwest. It's like it's like pop.
So okay. Again, this is an example of executive producing across state lines, very much across state lines, so much that it's in Nigeria, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, when you begin this like kind of the genesis of a record, right? Is it just like you in a click? Is it you in a temp beat? Like, how do you begin to transmit the idea to someone over the internet so that they can start making the record?
We did a couple of songs together, so I think we already had some good chemistry, and like, we'd go back and forth, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to evolve this like sound, and like, I really want to do the Afro-Sudani sound, but obviously I'm in Nigeria, so yeah, that's a vibe.
You're gonna make a whole
yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It's so smart. It's a wide open.
Yeah, it is.
It's wide open. Well, wait. So, when you, I guess like, I'm trying to ask a technical question here. Like, when you, yes, you've worked together before, right? But you weren't in Nigeria to make the Up, right?
No.
So what's the first thing you send? Because I want people people hear there are a lot of artists from different types of mediums and different processes. So I'm just kind of like for example, I'm gonna give an example, right? When I start a record, I write to an industry beat. I'll be like, okay, I'll find, I don't know, whatever, this Lil Wayne beat, write to that beat, then, take the beat off and I'll send it to Ebony with a click or something, and so that I'm not messing with her to be like, oh, I have to make custom music, like I can't. You don't want to get in a producer's way. So I'll be like, okay, this is my acapella over just a click, right? So is that like, how do you begin to what is the first, like the genesis moment of transmission? Like, what are you sending him when you're like, I have an idea for a joint?
Just the energy, like I want to upbeat, like kind of the idea, like I want to upbeat, something that's different, like log drums. I want on the piano, but also on like some rhythms that are not typical, like, and just like incorporating different sounds, more shakers. So we'll kind of like converse about just the mood and the energy. Because I used to just write and then get the beat, but now like when I get the beat, then I'll write to it because I want to know the energies. So if I like write something and I'm not really sure the sound of the beat. I can't really pick the vibe. Like, so I usually write after I get the beat. So I didn't ever have a concept of like what I was gonna talk about or anything. It was just like the vibe I wanted was like upbeat, lit, different.
So you describe it basically. It's like you say like, here, this is a modality that I want to be in. You might say like, I want these instruments, these reference points. Do you send refs and be like, you know, I'm kind of thinking about this Burna Boy joint with this kind of, you know, Sudani. Like, is that what you're doing?
Yeah, and I sent him like a couple Sudani songs and it didn't end up sounding like any of them, but it's fine because I felt like it was scary. I was like, that's not worth it. But no, it was great because I felt like it kind of allowed him to expand the box of like not just being like, okay, well, I know how to do like the general. So I think I kind of just gave him some inspiration in a way to redirect the sound just to be different. And then we'll just go back and forth about, oh, I love it, or maybe change this, or da-da-da, or he'll send the stems, and then we could piece it together in the studio.
Do you know what he produced the record in, like what program?
I'm pretty sure FL. He was fast.
See, Ebony, isn't that okay? It's interesting. I thought that people didn't use FL Studio anymore, right? And
now, like,
well, FL Studio, like when I was growing up, it was like FL Studio versus Reason. You know what I mean? FL Studio was like the hip hop heads, and Reason was like, oh, we play the piano and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like now, FL's back.
For people who don't know what we're talking about. FL is the system that you make the music on. Stems are like each piece of music that's being made. So it's the vocals, it's the drums, it's the, you know, all that. That's what they're saying.
No, but I'm just curious about the particular program because like I did, you know, Ebony and I were working on a joint the other day. It was the first time that I like in 2025 I was like watching someone make a beat in FL Studio. And it's different than working in Logic or something that's like more, I don't know, like in FL, like you're kind of like drawing in the drums, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's part of like why certain sounds come out of it, you know? And so it actually makes a lot of sense to me that he made it in there. And it's like, and then you then go and track the violins. Is it violin before vocals?
Usually after, because I try to see where to fit it in. It's just like the outro kind of vibe. I like to, you know, insert them when I can, but performance-wise, I feel like it's kind of just a better outro. But, you know, I have some like records I've done just straight violin, or I just stack it and that's it. It's just the violin, and it's just like a whole thing. Yeah, and so I need to do more of that actually. But I usually do violin at the end, and then you know, even like the stuff we did in Sudan, in Egypt, I kind of am building it into the beat. And they use FL too, but I use Logic, so you know, everyone has their.
No, it's like the work. Here's the thing, you know, like I can't make these like really. But like it's
working on it.
We're working on it. No, but
he actually needs to
relax.
Okay.
Relax. No, okay. No. What I'm saying is just like it's a look here on the Chris Gabo show. No, but like really, process is important to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm asking those questions. You know, and it's like finding the workflow for yourself is like because you know, were to make this original question, well, what is art to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, where does it come from? Like, it's for people who are really doing it, it's an immediate self-expression. And music is the most immediate of them all, right? It's like a song is 3 minutes, a movie is like 2 hours. You know, a song needs to be like needs to get you in the first 2 seconds. And so it's like to me, it's like understanding the technology that shortens the process between inspiration and the thing itself, right? For most people who are like who have a musical idea, either they're vocalists or whatever, like the difficulty with production is that you have like, I had this song in my heart, I had this idea in my head, I hear strings and horns and drums, and then I get to the computer and it's like, dude, this is like, you know, it's like you might as well be in like fucking like Excel making a spreadsheet, you know what I'm saying? And if you have that block, then you can't get to the next step, you know? So that's why I asked that question. So as we wrap up here, I heard your note is what's next? Are we talking? Is there like a record coming? Is there an EP coming? Like Up is a big record. That's a big joint. So like, what is it leaning towards?
Thank you. Oh, I mean, On My Mind is next. The first one I did, and then
so that's okay. Got it.
That was coming probably.
Beautiful song.
Yeah, thank you. It's coming this month, hopefully, or I guess it's June yet. I don't know. I thought June's like.
June's kind of
right here. I feel like
it's lightweight tomorrow.
In June, and then I got some music videos coming out. I shot a video for Up in Egypt, and then the Afro Sudani joints will start rolling out through the summer. Yeah, so that's good. Singles, and then the goal is the album by the end of the year. Inshallah. And a world tour.
Well, yo, make some noise for Zainab. But she's not leaving the stage. She's gonna rap with us. Rashad the DJ. Where you at? Relax. Okay, we have to explain what will happen. What? Oh, I thought you were telling me to do something. Okay, look, every time Thea like points her finger, I feel like I gotta do something. So look, Now, okay, we're gonna wait for like a beat to happen, and then I have to say this, right? Because this is very important. So just kind of want to close your eye. I'll take a 2-second nap. No, Sean is
Gosh, let me not going to get out.
You would have to rap.
Does he rap?
I mean, no, you can do whatever you want, but okay, you can say something. Yes, Senor.
Say something.
I'm gonna say some things. Like anything? What do you want me to say?
I think they should get
No.
one of the chairs.
Listen, hold on. The second I hear something, this is like a guys. First of all, while we get this transition, I want to shout out Josh Knows. Where's Josh Knows? Josh Knows has been with the show. Yo, without Josh, there is no show. Josh, can you just come in front of the camera for 2 seconds, please? Please. Make some noise for this man. Look at that bald head. This is a handful bald head. No, seriously. Yo, this morning I pulled a muscle in my back, and I was supposed to bring speakers here, and I was like, I can't pick the shit up anymore. I couldn't lift my right leg. And I called Josh, and I was like, can you come get this shit, right? And like, this is not, we make this stuff not just, it's not like yes, there's business at the other end of it, inshallah, right? But like, this is real people doing this thing, right? And like, without Josh, there would have been, I don't know what I would have done today. I was freaking the fuck out. And you really saved my life, and I just want to say thank you so much. No, seriously. Thank you. And so what what's coming next, right? For people who are not familiar with the show, right? What is coming next is my favorite section of the show, right? This is called the proving ground, right? And this is where, okay. All right, welcome to the final section. The proving ground. Who wants to freestyle? Back up. Let me intro. Okay, you know what's going on, right? The proving ground is a section of the show where I try to battle rap anybody who's here, right? We have some real MCs here tonight. We have Merc 80, Eric Ariel. We have Arkansas' very own Sean Watson. Mike in the building. We have the aforementioned Annalisa Malay. We have Zaynab. Is there anyone this year who said they were going to rap and like, oh no, Brian Birdlove, Chicago's very own, okay? Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 MCs, 3 mics, 1 DJ. Rashad the DJ from Cave is the Bouldering While Black. And just so you know, this is not a secular, this is not like a...
That is
Yo, relax, bro. Big Giga, Sonya, 1 second, okay? Yo. These titties out right now, okay? Because there will be a winner. Ebony, you want to rap or no? She doesn't want to rap. She's not going to rap. So, but you want to rap? Okay, come here. Yes, go, please. We have Memphis' very own Ebony Smith.
We're just gonna play this stand up for it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Take out your mouth. How you like this?
I'm gonna go forward. Won't go any further. It's like everybody rapping but missing. Everybody. I have to introduce one more person really quick. She's not gonna rap, no matter what you say. She will not rap. But it's important, right? I'd like to welcome you to the stage for a brief moment in time. My eternal roommates, the big homie, right? Tsunami Slayer, the DMV Vixen, Video Vixen villain, Sakura Hero, he's here. And I know Bina wants to get out of your chairs. I don't like to tell people what to do because I have authority. So,
let's do it.
Okay, why are you up here? Because there's going to be a winner, okay? It's going to be a winner based on audience. But if I was to be the one being like, hey, you like this person, I'm competing, so it's not fair. So you can sit right there, right? And no, not yet. No, yes, oh, that's Daisy. You can't come on. But so when we are done, right? Safia is going to coordinate the judging, okay? So you're gonna post practice, right? Okay. So I'll be you, okay? Hey, Safia Villa. Do y'all think Sean won? And then you make some noise. Okay, make some noise for Sean, right? And then, hey, yo, what was it on Lisa, right? And the applause is based on who did you want to win, okay? But, so you practice that real quick. Imagine if we just rap. Should we just rap?
I don't know what they are in it.
Hello, audience. Are you saying Brian Wyatt?
Wait, yeah, que se empecé, like, by way of applause, like, my gosh, you respect me too much. I think it's has to be explained. Okay, there are 3 mics, right? There's some etiquette. Yes, ma'am, you may sit down. Okay, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the most MCs we've ever had and the least amount of microphones we've ever had. So there is a thing here, right? Because and this is a competitive medium, right? But it's also kind of like to share. But if you really want to jump in on something, you just hand the mic to this person and you can take it back. You know what I'm saying, right? So we're gonna start. We have Rashad the DJ, aka Mr. Mordering Wall Black on the ones and twos. Make some noise for him one time again because it's been a big massive. And now at least you can see. No, can you just feel like?
Say y'all move over y'all. I'm back. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Put it down. That's it.
It's the jungle. Yeah. No, it's not. We're in LA. But LA. The L stands for, the A stands for LA. So we take this.
LA. When I say L now, you say A now. L. When I say L now, you say L now. What L? What's L? Hey. Okay now, okay. You know about LA, chillin', home my homie who here with the villain. Yeah, I ain't play no games, drugs, no business limit. Sorry, I wanted it, been cool with it. But I gotta spit it for a little bit. Came from Arkansas, Jacksonville, you know I go in, down, I'm chillin'. Going straight in with the dome, going straight in, keep chrome. Call y'all sitting on that chrome. Got a long way to go home, I'm like, Arkansas, y'all gotta go stay. And today, y'all in LA, I don't play no games, y'all gotta go up. Gotta go up and get to the cake, and get the cake, no debate. Every day just some waste, spilling waste in my face. Till to get a thought out of that face. I'm like, what? Gotta do my thing. Q say, yeah, that is my day. I ain't play game, yeah, Q say. Batman with it, no Bruce Wayne, yeah, I'm going in, up till it, grown up bullet, yeah. What? You know we do our thing every day up in LA and sitting out L. Yeah.
Who wants the mic? Who wants the mic? Step up and clean your price.
Now everybody from the 323, put your motherfucking hands up and follow me. Everybody from the 323, put your motherfucking hands up and follow me. Here we go. I'm on my LA slope, it's above 80 degrees. The breeze banging through the trees, can you believe? We made it out here and we did it with ease. Even through the earthquakes, even through all of the sleaze. Up and read the house, come and out. The baddest rapper coming out the scout. That's Chris Gabo coming out of snout. The about to gobble, all these beats get us out.
First of all, don't ever talk to me like that.
Top off the mic.
Never scared, call it phone, question mode 3. Annalisa Bless, girl, you know me. When have I ever backed down like it's backwards? All I got is potty mouth shit. That's bad words. That's right. B-side, other version. Ebony says I'm always cursing. She's like, why can't you make songs for Jesus? I'm like, he is a prophet in the Quran. Yo, you see this? Cause I know shit like Nathan. Yes, you can say the only thing I care about is this shit. So stay a little bit away, 6 feet like it's COVID. Hand them like this ain't a baby. Show them what you know, kid.
It's your turn. Let's go. Yeah, it's your turn.
Hey, singing not around the butt. I'm gonna get up and I top it up. See my nigga Chrissy dap it up. And Ebony gonna wrap it up. Hey, we got the pack and track it up. And Freedom Wakes me slap it up. And I just beat the song called up. Now she like now and know what's up.
She know what's up. She know what's up. She know it. She know what's up.
Alright. You supposed to go? Okay. Alright. I ain't a rapper, but I can't keep running from the mic. Probably gonna help it get a bite. Go home and then take a hike. Now the cardios did have a bite. That's what I like. Hard.
Party with a plate. Give me some little bass. You know what? Here's some Miami bass of it.
Miami bass.
I really want to yell at the DJ after rocking free song, express myself. I want to tell you everything. Tell you everything.
It's like if I do a song on what's that show?
I feel like I'm about to tell you about my life. Everything was nice and everything was light. Yeah, we don't right. And I fell in love.
We coming back to you? Oh, we coming back to you. All right. Well, I'm coming back to you for the second time for a second rhyme as a special request from a homie of mine. Yo, we in the Rita House podcasting. Around 2005, I made an Al Hassan. My bad, I'm going a little bit too fast and I need to get my seatbelt on when I'm going and I'm blasting like a rocket when I lift off. Just like this when I get my shit off. Chris Gabo, yo, you know how I go with the flow. Usually I'm DJing, now I get on the mic once more. I got my homie from Venezuela, yo, K Pasta. Just like this, man, I eat you up like pasta. I give certain recommendations. You already know I'm not losing my patience. I better go ahead and pass this because I want to take it over just like this. And I'm a little bit sober. But after this, we're going to do the after party. And just like this. And, you know, I come real artsy. Just like this. And I go back to Annalisa because we're going right back. And this is how I got to feast on the mic.
Express myself. Express myself. Yeah, I wanna express myself. We on the Chris Gabo show, tell me how you feel. We on the Chris Gabo show, tell me how you feel. I'll express myself. We try to have fun. Okay.
Express myself, but express myself. So got everyone to for my help. Do it by myself, like at the beach, chilling with the damn seashells. Going fast up at the cops with all my seatbelts. So they don't want my number. I'm like, oh well, yeah, I'm the self. Take it to the tail. You say that's my name. Don't tell me I put this right in the belly. Lunatic from the grave like my name was fucking Nelly. If you don't see me there, homie, you just gotta stun me. Then I'm stepping to the left, I'm stepping to the right. Q staying up on the mic, finna rap this thing right like F. Yeah, Q stay on the mic, on the least we don't play with the Chris Gabo show. Yeah, we got a flow coming straight from the dome. Yeah, we going home. That's the mic to the right. Tell me what's going out.
I got the headache, a migraine, my cracks in my belly. All my girls really know cause I'm feeling jelly. I'm real hungry and I want some Thai food. Yeah, I got an attitude, I'm in the bad mood. I'm telling you, being a woman is hard. Cause every day we's walking through with blood. Yeah. I'm telling you, I got pads in my bag. Cause I'm about to slap someone and it's really bad. Don't make me mad, I'll get real sad. It's a little kid's book, don't you get him mad? Cause all I said is sad, I love them in the gag. And now I'm so hungry and I'm really about to gag.
That's you. Okay. I guess it's me now. It's me, your bird, ski now. I'm gonna run it up until I'm ski now. Ski now, you know. We gonna catch the flow because I'm the waves I go. Run it up, run it low, get it up, rock the door. To the floor, to the left, to the right, give me more. I'm really not talking about nothing. But y'all still with me, bro.
I got a joke for you, sis. I mean, it's Memphis, right? That's Memphis. Also Memphis. Hey. It's 7 p.m. Saturday. I drink on alcoholic beer because it's not clear. But I stay getting what I need from there. Memphis in here. Fraser Dina see me in the rear. I'ma keep rapping till I'm clear. But I'm black and we established that earlier today. And we be doing slide every day. Yeah, that's the mic.
Pass the mic. Press the hype. First thing you know, shout out to Gabo. She's the OG. We ain't here though. Rapping on the beat. Never meet defeat. Shout out Chris Gabo. Does it with the keys. I'm in a white tee. And he feeling that when I get this money, this is shopping spree.
Yo, I just gotta pause this life for real quick to say, rapping is hard. Rapping is hard. Like it's really difficult. Like it's not like talking at all.
Rapping is hard. Marketing B ain't got no bar. He just sit. Okay.
Songs okay.
Okay. Get up, get down your chickens. I said get up, get out your chairs. I said get up, get out your chairs. If our little big butt naked out here, you got to get out your chairs. Yeah, my ass is rear. Okay, hey, let's talk about something. All right.
Oh, okay now. So everybody's about their seats. Just like this, I'll wear you out like cleats. I'm running on the track beats. Just like this, I'm from not the East. I'm from the West Coast, like UCLA. That's where I went to school at. That's where I'm at today. Actually, I'm an alumni. When I come through, I run I. Go eye for an eye. I'm real karmic. Real coming through like this. I'm real charming. Yeah, rapping is a little bit difficult, but I have a lot of practice at this. When I put this on my back like I'm hatless, when I'm doing this with different kinds of tactics, I get strategic and I come through, you might delete it, but just like this, I might just go and feed it like what are those things, Gigapets? I'm just going in my memory and I'm going kind of senile now, so I'm just going to pass the mic to my right hand pal. Just got this, my man named Chris, and just when I'm in the mix and I pass this over to my right, and this is the mic and this is what we like. Let's go.
And this is what we like, but I don't give a fuck about that. I'll be rapping all night, and you'll leave and I'll be like, yo, I'm trying to be polite, but really I just want to strike you in the eye like I'm not a nice guy, but I have tanned fried from in and out, cause I am a transplant. I don't know the local spot, I don't got hand stamp. All I know is that I know put the damn thing. I call Ebony E for more hand claps, cause I need some more shit inside of that. I got something, so I decided to rap. I got out of breath this morning when I broke my fucking muscle. That's how I do it, baby, you don't wanna tussle. Oh yes, get the robo tussing. Oh yes, do not answer for puzzling when he calling on the FaceTime. You cannot take time. Andres, are you gonna do it? Could I? Hey, hi. He said, what's up, my bicep? One of them y'all know what we do. We gotta get the dice up, nice it up. Is it like you do when you chef it? Come on, do it. Get up in your section like.
Let's go.
You're thinking about my fears. There's a lot of them. Walking down the street and I see that my feet are dumped in the ground, and I know that I'm sleeping. I don't get enough sleep, and I know that it's gonna creep and get them. That's the shadows in my brain to see, and I know that I gotta go up and free. I'ma climb up there and see stars, cause I know I'm going really far.
Yeah, cause you're a star.
Yeah,
you're a star. You're a star. Yeah, you're a star. You're a star. Yeah, you're a star. You're a star. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
But you know, wait, hold on. No, goddamn, no, it's not. At least who's trying to cut my foot off. One more. Yo, okay, let's do one more round. Can we get some a little more retro?
Get off the ground, you looking like a dirty hoe. Bring that going, Bill, talk about it. But get off your knees, cause you're up.
Said, yeah, she called me a hoe. Motherfucking you and dudes like Curly and Mo. Look, baby, you already know, cause I had to hit myself with the fucking elbow, with the shell toe. I do not Trey. I'm trying to do something cause I know I had to say. Oh yeah, called you the other day on the FaceTime, but you didn't answer. so I'm mad like cancer. Prancer, dancer, oh yeah, listen, what's the thing I forgot? I don't eat chicken cause I'm only eating things that are blue. It's an eating disorder. How about you? That's what we do in LA.
How about you? That's what we do in LA. Shit is so whack, I gotta go the other way. Yeah, I miss Florida cause I'm vacay. But I will miss you too much, so I might just stay. And you telling me I gotta sign leases. But I'm telling you, fuck that, give the pieces. I need the bed and I need the cat. But I ain't trying to be yo, so fuck all that. Fuck all that. Tell me what you doing. Tell me, Chris. Tell me what you really brewing. Tell me I know I'm moving on my motherfucking student.
Goddamn! Motherfuckers eat this shit like spam, that's haram. Yes, baby, you know better than to call my mom, cause she won't answer, cause she's on the East Coast. Motherfucker Chris Gabo always in beast mode. So you see those, our cheap flows, yeah. Sean Watson took it, yeah, he was like, Arkansas is about to get back up in it, so I hand my man the mic for a motherfucking minute, kill it.
Arkansas raise it back, yeah, you said I never slide. Take you really hit that baby like a handle rack. I'm like, damn baby, put you under dry like a tower rack. Hit you back. Like Chirac, like Iraq, I came with big bombs. Sean Watson, that's my name. Sean.com, make it come on a Sunday. Every way, but it's a Saturday, I'm in LA. But we up straight every day. I don't play games, I don't celebrate. No, I don't say no race. I just gotta escape. Yeah, I push the weight. No, I can't escape. Yeah, I'm coming straight from the motherfucking rain. Yeah, I bring the fucking rain. Hey. Bring the fucking pain. Yeah, I make it rain every single day. I don't need no shade till I can see all the hate between me. I'm like, yeah, baby, put me up on your TV or something.
Word. Back in 8th grade. Whoa, back in 8th grade when I used to listen to this on the radio. Yo, and then I used to tape it, and then rewind it, and then I make it my instrumental to write rhymes to. And then I come through, and then I rhyme to hear them on a freestyle too. Yeah, improvising, just like actors do. When I start to get a rising out of fools like I'm trolling. When I be extolling like F.R. Tolling, and I be Wix rolling, and I be just going, and I did that, you know. And I'll be unfolding just like some laundry or lingerie. That's in French when I got over the words to say. I know a few little words here and there, but I'll be coming through just like a death stare. When I stare you down on the mic, now it's going down. And I'll be coming around and I got the engine running, the styles that I'm gunning. And it's like that when I'm humming, coming at you with real rapture. No rapture anyway, I go after this guy on my left and it's going. And just like that, Merc 80 and you know I'm knowing.
This beat makes me miss the shot. Take it down all the way to a drive. Make it feel like I'm super fly. Make it feel like I'm really tight guy, like a Chance the Rapper. And hereafter, you know the stroke creeps like a pastor. Sunday, cause that's tomorrow. Little rap to drown our sorrows. Little rap and down the river. So cold, fucking you a shiver. Sign, still deliver on the beat, and you know we'll never defeat by the passage and ebony. Wordsmith so friendly. Thank y'all for the revelry. I meant to say rebel free.
All right, now, seriously though, I really don't do enough drugs for this. I really don't do any drugs or shit, but it's really cool that this is legit. Invited me into this space like this. I see the curve and I see the sky. I see a little big car, super fly. Really in the end, I'm gonna keep my job. Dying to the keys and the blues to that. I don't lift the guns under that. First coming beat and the guy with lock. And the two blame from the left to side.
Hey, okay. Hold on. Wow, this is too epic. This beat is too epic. I can't overstep it. We know we love Kendrick and we are not repping anything else because we don't vote for Drake. We always the same since we got this place. It's hot out to Rita's house. And we know what it's all about. I move in, but I got no house, so I'ma take my ass for right on. Hey, it's okay, I'ma stay though. Don't worry, you pieces play though. Hey, minor.
Not even from your main song. Yeah. Thank you to everybody that was here. Thank you to everybody that gave us money. Thank you to everybody that believes in us. Thank you to everybody Cause we everybody, yeah we won, yeah we won, yeah we won. It's double entendre. Come, I'ma stop.
No, let my man rap, but like, I'm just, no, we're not skipping this way, I'll be rapping, I'm talking about it, okay. What? So we ghost by the whip, yeah, ghost by the whip. Then when I say what I say, ghost by the whip. Ghost ride the whip. Ghost ride the whip. Ghost ride the whip. I ghost ride my chips. John Watson skin dark kind of chocolate. I got a bad chick. She like to rock the hips. I'm about to take off in the side like rocket ship. I'm like damn Q Sam cause apocalypse. Damn baby got some nice ass lips. I'm like damn baby tell me what you saying. What you do? What you say? I'm that bitch. I really do influence by no influencer. Y'all will influence you. Pull out the gun. Just believe I am shooting you like Luke Skywalker. While I shoot up my target. I ain't stopping. Keep saying that I'm going to shocking. Yeah, shocking, going straight to chopping, going straight in, and I'm chopping my words from saying, I ain't really playing, no celebration, man, I'm going straight in, dark skin, spray tan, man, I'm, like the gingerbread man, bad chick, is she gonna go straight to Pakistan? I'm like, what? Baby, where you going? I'm still up on the mic, and that boy still going, ghost ride the whip, 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 look,
yeah. He doesn't do enough drugs for this. She might need some help from Chris, cause that's something where I can excel, baby. I do more drugs than the speaking spell. I be like, look, I can tell the weekend L, don't be no, cause I have his number in my motherfucking phone book. I don't make, oh, look, I'll really give it to you, cause I don't care if you call him, you might do that, and I will be like, yes, I can do it. I take the THC, fluid, do it, mix it with the other thing. Oh yes, I don't have a brother ring, but a promise ring, Mormons. Yeah, do it, snoring. They do this thing called swishing. Not really sex, but they kind of looking. It's what one person gets on the bed, the other person says I'm too Christian for head. So then I get on the mattress and I jump. Yes, but it's not a real hump. So it doesn't count, God says that it's another thing. And I do have a cat that I had to feed, but after me, my mother's atrophy. No one's really rapping after me.
No one's really rapping after me. Talking about THC. I don't even know what the acronym's for, but yo, you killed that weed out the store. Yo, Chris, you're a genius. Thank you for bringing us together. Yeah, we feeling this. Hey, yeah, I said we feeling this. Thank you to everybody who came out tonight. We appreciate you so much. Alright, Savio, one. Talk to us.
So, everyone remembers how democracy works. So, on practice one, I want everyone to make noise like your favorite rapper, Jim Brat. So that's the baseline that we're judging it by now.
It's pretty low.
So, if you think that Sean won, if you think that Annalisa won, make some noise. If you think that Zainab won, if you think that Epi won, make some noise. If you think that Brian won, make some noise. If you think that we're 81, make some noise. Last but not least, I'm not biased, but he is my husband. If you think that Chris won, make some noise. Okay. Unfortunately, because y'all are so supportive, there actually is no hitting with that noise, so I'm sorry if I broke it, but I think everyone won.
That's the proving ground. That's the final episode of the Chris Gabo Show Season 1. Yo, Annalisa Velez. Yo, you gotta hear from the shot of DJ real quick. Say something to me one more time. When I say Chris, y'all say Gabo, Chris. Gabo, Chris. Gabo, Chris. Gabo, Chris. Gabo, Chris. Gabo. And thank you very much. Y'all have a beautiful day. Shout out Rita House. Well, there's so many t-shirts that I can't charge for them because they're under the bed and my wife wants them gone. So please take them. Shout out Scott and Tosh, shout out Costa, shout out Louisa, shout out Dina. Thank you guys so much. Get home safe.
Yeah.
Cities here. Memphis, Arkansas, Wyoming, Chicago, LA, Miami. Thank you so much, seriously, bro. Without you, come on, man.
It's